The chandeliers sparkled above the grand ballroom, their glow bouncing off polished marble floors. Waiters moved swiftly between silk-draped tables, and violins played soft notes that floated through the air. In the midst of all this glamour, no one noticed the man quietly sweeping near the far corner. His name was Daniel, a single dad, working as a janitor to keep food on the table for his little girl. Daniel never belonged in places like this. The Gala was filled with powerful business figures, polished shoes, and expensive perfumes. He was just the help, supposed to be invisible. But everything changed the moment he saw her. A young woman in an elegant blue gown stood near the edge of the dance floor. Her hand rested on a cane, her sightless eyes searching for direction. She was the daughter of the CEO hosting the gala, but Daniel didn't know that yet. He only noticed one thing. No one had asked her to dance. Couples swirled around her, laughter filled the room, and still she stood alone, her fingers tightening on the cane as though holding herself together. Something stirred inside Daniel. He thought about his own daughter at home, how he prayed she'd never feel left out or unwanted. Setting his broom aside, he took a slow, steady breath and walked toward the young woman. "Excuse me," he said softly. "Would you like to dance?" Her lips curved into a surprised smile. "I can't see the floor," she replied gently. "Then let me guide you," Daniel said, offering his calloused hand. She hesitated for only a moment before placing her delicate fingers in his. The music swelled, and together they stepped into the rhythm. Daniel counted each movement under his breath so she could follow. Slowly, her nervousness melted into laughter, her cane forgotten as she trusted his lead. For a brief moment the gala faded. It was just two souls finding joy in the simplest of connections. But then silence spread across the room. Conversations halted. The music softened. Every pair of eyes turned toward them. An unpolished janitor dancing gracefully with the blind daughter of the most powerful man in the room. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Some whispered in shock. Others simply watched in awe. But the CEO himself, a towering man in a tailored suit, stepped forward with a face unreadable. Daniel froze, panic rushing in. He let go of her hand, ready to apologize, ready to be thrown out. But before he could speak, the CEO's voice broke the silence. "I know those steps," he murmured, eyes glistening. "That was my wife's favorite dance." The crowd stilled. The CEO's daughter tilted her head toward her father's voice. "You never told me that, Dad," the man's voice cracked. "I couldn't. She passed before you were old enough to remember. I stopped dancing the day I lost her, until now." His gaze fell on Daniel, not with anger, but gratitude. "Thank you," he whispered, his powerful tone softening. "You reminded me of her. You reminded me of who I used to be." Daniel stood speechless, heart pounding. He had only wanted to bring a smile to the girl's face, never imagining it would reopen a door the CEO had kept locked for years. The orchestra struck up again, but this time something was different. Guests began to clap, not in mockery, but in admiration. The CEO reached for his daughter's hand, but instead of leading her away, he placed it back into Daniel's. "Dance with her," he said firmly. "She deserves it. And so do you." Tears welled in the young woman's eyes. She turned her face toward Daniel, her voice barely above a whisper. "Don't let go yet." And so, under the chandeliers and the gaze of hundreds, the janitor and the CEO's daughter danced again, not as an act of charity, not as a spectacle, but as proof that kindness, no matter where it comes from, has the power to touch even the most guarded hearts.